Beautiful beings of the universe, welcome to now. What is most beautiful is a person who has kindness in their heart. It's not so important as to how you look, how much makeup women are wearing these days, that has got nothing to do with the beauty. It's not about how built up a man's body is that he can show how powerful he is. A real, true, powerful man and a beautiful man is somebody who has got kindness in their heart. Else, what's the point? They might be going to gym and might have a six-pack ab with a ridiculous character. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to be around that sort of a person. What people really want and what the world needs is people of good heart, who have good character, who have good morals. But you see, the world we live in, and which has been the case for history, right? That people are wicked and they think that wicked has strength. But that is not true. It's always the goodness that has got more strength, and that is more of a sattva quality. You see, in the battles of Gita, Mahabharat, or Ramayan, or even in the great battles, always the righteous side has won. So the righteous is always silent and quiet, and the wicked thinks that they have got more power over the good and the righteous people because they think by being loud they are being more powerful. But that is not true at all. Is the most silent man in the room who is the most powerful. It's that man around whom women feel safe. That is a real man. And not a stupid, retarded man who's just trying to show his presence by just acting weird, in a space. True beauty, be it a man or a woman, any sort of a human, is in their vibration. What sort of energy are they emitting? Are they emitting a good vibe? Or are they emitting demonic negative vibes? And I understand mostly the people who emit such energies are themselves very failure and they are themselves very much depressed. That's why they want to do this to disturb others' peace, and they make lots of ugly noises by their machines and by their cars just to be heard. Because you see, they feel that they're not being heard, so they make all that noise just to be heard, and that's really pathetic. But I also understand in the greater scheme of things, that's the game of the yin and the yang. So the dark energies, they are the game which they seem is the best way that they will win. And the light energies play out their life in a way so that there's more of a sattva, there's more of a goodness and beauty in the world. So it's a balance act. But just because the dark energies are loud, people think that it's always darkness that wins. That is not true. And it's also not true that always the light wins. It's a dance going on between the yin and the yang. So the light forces the dark to act, and then the the dark in turn forces the light to act. Because without this game of two, there would be no action. So for the action to happen, they both interplay, and that interplay is actually happening by see, basically any person is basically of two nature. Either you would be a calm or a peaceful person who wants to value more of their peace and silence, or somebody who's just out there, who's just trying to get into others life and try to know what's going on, being too much out there. So because we all live in a world and we need to interact, so even if there's a yogi, there's a sage, but then there are all sorts of evil beings, and in this world they all interplay. They all need to meet each other. So the evil meets the sage, and they learn from the sage. The sage meets the evil, and he also learns what he should not be like. So it's a learning for both of them, because a pure form of goodness, which is 24 karat gold, cannot just stand on its own. It's very malleable, you see. So even in the gold, they mix certain alloys like iron or bronze, so that can be made more strong. That's why you see in this world, both of these energies come together. So somebody who's very much loud and domineering, and who feels that, oh, I need to control, they're a control freak. What do? They hire people who are more service oriented, who want to deliver their service in the best way. So that good quality, that light person, would be working within that person who has got a lot of dark energy. So there is a relationship of employee and employer, right? in that sense. And the other way, sometimes even if you're coming from the light side and you are owning a company and you would be working with people, you would then in turn need to get around with people who would do your work, right? So in that space and time, you might in turn hire somebody with who has got a bit of dark energy in them. And why you want that? Because they can solidify things, they can manifest things into action, into reality, they can get the results. So it's actually the interplay of the two. But as you navigate through life, I know it's very much irritating when when the clash happens between the light and the dark, and nobody wants that. But you see, the world is full of people like that. And the world is also full of beautiful, great people. Like, for example, yesterday at the gym, I lost my phone, and there was this such a nice, kind-hearted human being who helped me find my phone, and I was so thankful. So I thought, world is not that bad a place as well. See, there are also great people. There are also people who want to help another human being without any reason. You see, there was no selfishness involved. That's just a pure act of selflessness. And this is what they say, like any act of goodwill, of good service that you do in the universe, it has got a ripple effect. So that nice kind human being, he created a beautiful ripple effect of goodness. So one person helps the another one, and then that person helps another person, and that's a ripple effect. And that's completely our choice on what we choose, because people are also copying the demonic effects. So if somebody is making noise, somebody is irritating their neighbors, people think, oh, they are irritating me, let me go ahead and do the same. But where is the sanity in that? There is no sanity. And also, an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. So if everybody takes out their guns and rockets, and all the countries in the world are at war, we are all going to die. And this is not the world what you want for yourself or for your children or your grandchildren. But people think that by being wild to the outer world, they are keeping their family safe. That is not true. The way you are is exactly how you are to your family. So if you're a violent man who's disturbing the peace of others, what are you doing to yourself and to your family? You're doing exactly that. So it's important to make choices out of awareness and not just blind following the blind. It's time that we wake up to see what we are doing and be an instrument of change for the good, for one and for all. That's all I wanted to say in this video. Bye for now. I'll see you in the next one.